You thought the protests were going away, Donald? They're picking up. They're getting stronger. The 50-51 protests on Saturday across the United States and also many other locations in the world were successful in small towns, small cities, big cities. People showed up, and here on the MeidasTouch network, Donald, I know the corporate news, they want to suppress what's going on the streets in America. They don't want to report what's going on, but guess what, Donald? We're the captain now. The MeidasTouch network reports what's going on. So let's show the world what it looks like when the United States rises up against you, Donald. We dissent. Shout out to 50-51, their great team, all of the organizers, all of the volunteers, everybody who showed up in the United States. Y'all are the real heroes. It's an honor we can amplify your work. Take a look at this large group of protesters who were marching towards the White House in Washington, D.C. yesterday. Play this clip.
No peace, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. We live in a world.
This was more from Washington, D.C. Let's play this clip. Some great signs were out and about. I'll show more of some of my favorite signs in a little bit, but take a look at this one right here. First protest at age 93. This shit is too serious to sit at home and ignore. I march for my late veteran husband, my 4 grandchildren, and my 9 great-grandchildren. Powerful stuff right here. Take a look at what was going down in St. Paul, Minnesota. A huge crowd here. Let's play this clip.
With the water we drink is under attack. What do we do? When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do? When the cloud we eat is under attack, what do we do?
Next, I want to show you this huge crowd of protesters in Hartford, Connecticut. Here, play this clip. Here's an aerial view of what was happening in Manhattan yesterday. Here's an aerial view of the massive protest taking place at the Colorado State Capitol in Denver. Let's show you what else was going down yesterday as well. We had Idaho, Boise, Idaho, standing up right there. Shout out Boise, Idaho. Huge crowds there. Take a look at this right here. Protesters in Chicago. Take a look right here. Rhode Island State House out there protesting. A huge turnout again in St. Paul, Minnesota, as I mentioned before. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania showed up. Protesters in Bellingham, Washington showed up. Here are protesters lining both sides of the street in small towns in Illinois. By the way, hat tip to Art Candy for putting this all together, and shout out to everyone who took these photos and who was there. Protesters out and about in Munich, Germany with the 50-51 protests. Columbia, South Carolina, check it out. About 2,000 people gathered in Independence Mall Park in Philadelphia, rejecting the rule of a king. Alt National Park Services posted this. The turnout in small towns across the country has been incredible, drawing crowds of thousands. We're already seeing over 1 million people in attendance nationwide, and events are still underway. Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Ohio all had incredible showings. Just take a look at some of these photos right here. Take a look at what was going down in New York City. Let's play this clip. Here was an incredible crowd in Cincinnati. Let's play this clip. Take a look at some of my favorite signs. You had this one right here. Donald Trump can't get it up. referring to the economy and probably everything else as Donald Trump tanks the markets. This is one of my favorite signs right here in Chicago. Tyrantosaurus Rex. Tyrantosaurus Rex. How about this photo of Donald Trump? It says, "Does this ass make my country look small?" Here's another one in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. King Khan. King Khan. How about this one in Illinois, in South Elgin? Handmaid's Tale costumes. Another banger sign from the Chicago protest of Putin pulling Donald Trump's strings right there. How about this this little kid who's probably 3 or 4 years old, who held up a sign that said, "I'm also 6'3", 239 pounds." This was one of the signs in Boise, people showing up with MeidasTouch signs. That was pretty cool. Coming to you from Naples, Florida, on the Gulf of Mexico. Take a look at those great signs right there. And as I mentioned, a lot of Meidas signs right there. Shout out to the Meidas Mighty, Truth Over Lies, MeidasTouch sent me, follow MeidasTouch Network. We are not going back. MeidasTouch gear from store.meidastouch.com. I love this one. Stop Truth Decay. It's MeidasTouch Network is the toothpaste, brushing away the lies. Stop Truth Decay. Stop Truth Decay. Really love that one right there. You know, and while this was going on, I mean, what, you had Trump regime members just going on the media, spewing lies. What you had Donald Trump making was Trump was trying to scare everybody. He was posting more photos from and videos from the concentration camps in El Salvador. Trump was saying, "My poll numbers are so good. My poll numbers are the highest they've ever been." Let me share this with you. I think Democratic Congress member Kassar says it perfectly here. He was on CNN yesterday, and he was asked about the protests and about elections in general, and he's like, "Look, I don't think this is a political party thing. This is we the people against these oligarchs who are destroying our country. It's pretty simple what this is about." Here, play this clip.
House GOP members right now are still not hosting town halls and facing their own constituents. So I and many other Democrats, especially Progressive Caucus members, are fanning out across the country and showing up. This is one of multiple town halls I'm doing in Republican districts in Texas and across America. I'll be in Colorado, in fact, in Republican districts next week. And I think right now we should be talking to everyone, because the fight isn't left-right. It's everyone against the billionaire class. I'm talking to voters that are much more conservative than me, people that may not, and certainly may not have voted for Joe Biden or Vice President Harris, but say that only the billionaires win when we cut Social Security in order to give a billionaire tax cut, that only the billionaires win when we fire veterans while giving Elon Musk another plush multi-billion-dollar contract. So this is a real opportunity for us to bring folks back to our side, build a bigger tent within the Democratic Party, and transform our party into one where folks may be able to disagree on some social issues or on this issue or on that one, but ultimately where people can actually see that the Democrats are willing to represent rural America again and win back the trust of working class voters here in Texas and across the country.
No, I also saw a lot of signs as well, supportive of Canada. And signs that said hands off Canada. I saw a lot of signs supportive of Ukraine, and obviously Donald Trump forming alliances with Putin to try to screw Ukraine and Europe. I just think also of like Trump regime peoples, like people like Kevin Hassett over here. Let me show you what he had to say. Like this Trump regime guy is just such a clown. I guarantee you no recession, no recession. Here, play this clip.
Real quick, are you expecting a recession this year?
100% not. 100% not. If you look at the jobs numbers, they're very, very strong. When I talk anecdotally to CEOs, I say things like, well, geez, is the uncertainty over tariffs looking like it's going to be a big drag? And they're saying things like, no, in terms of production, we're getting as much onshore as we can. And in terms of sales of foreign goods, people are buying as many as they can because they're worried about future tariffs. So everything's through the roof.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's going to eat those words because, unfortunately, that's where Donald Trump is sending this economy right now. So Trump, you could post all the torture videos, authoritarians, videos. The American people are sick and tired of you. Also, protests in Munich. I saw protests across the world as well. About over 1 million people. Shout out to everybody who showed up. It's great to see you. Shout out to 5051. Great work. We'll keep you posted every step of the way covering the protests. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.